Okay, so lesson 2, still on the left hand at the moment. We've looked at the bass row. We've looked at the fact we've got C lines and G lines and other lines. Let me just tell you how these work together. If that's C, all the buttons in the rows running side to side, as it were, or columns, if you want to call them columns, it makes more sense. All the buttons in these columns are all related to one chord. Okay, so if this is the C line, the next line up is the G line. You're just going to have to get used to the fact that this works not to next door notes as they do on a piano. It doesn't go C, D, E, but it works in fifths. So it'd be C, G, D, A. That's as far as I'm going to go for the time being. C, G, D, A. And those are bass notes, but they have their chords. So it'd be C and chord, G and chord, D and chord, A and chord. And these are all major chords because they were the major row down here. In the other direction it still works in fifths, but we're going down fifths. There's a good reason, musical reason for this, which I'll tell you over a pint sometime. C is going to go to F and their chords, and then we start to get into the flats, B flat and E flat, and we'll leave it there. C, F. One of the good reasons for doing this is that you often the three major chords in a scale will be chords 1, chords 4, which is going to be down a fifth, which is F, and chord 5. So you can see those are right next door neighbours to each other. So it could be C to F to G to C. C, 1 and 4, chords 1 and 4, and then to 5. Back to 1. So if we call chord 1 C, chord 4 5, and chord 4 F, I beg your pardon, and chord G 5, that's the degrees of the scale. C, D, E, F is the 4th note up, and G is the 5th note up. Those, one of the reasons, the main reason the accordion is tuned like this is because those are the major chords in a major key, and it's still going to be useful for minor keys too. So what I want you to practice now is still in 3/4. Practice going from C down 1, and then skip the C, go out to the G, down to F, up to G, and back to C. That's really good to learn to skip one column. C to F to G to C. That'll get you used to skipping the one that you hopefully you've got marked well, maybe with some Velcro as I have. That's it for now on those. Just skipping that. Oh, let's stick a different. Actually, before I do that, let's stick a different rhythm in. So we've got in 3/4. Easiest way to turn that into 4/4 is to put a gap in between the two chords. So it's still the same 3 fingers, but you put a gap in. Gap, 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 gap. Try doing that with a skip of the row, the column. Down to F, up to G, back to C. C again, down to F, up to G, back to C. So with those 2 little patterns, you're happily now in 3/4 and 4/4. You've got chords 1, chords 4, and chord 5. Another video following soon.